What's up, everybody? Haven't been live in a good minute. Decided to come live here for a second while I make some jig heads. What am I looking for? I was looking for pliers, but I guess I'll use these. I don't really like using these. Right now what I'm doing is I have a lot of jig heads, as you guys can see here. Let me see if there's a way I can move the camera a little bit so you guys can see a little bit more of what I'm doing. Let's see. Move all these tails out of the way. Put them right there. I'm gonna see if I can move the camera real quick just so you guys can get a better visual, guys. Give me a second. Move this out of the way. All right. Let me know if you guys can hear me. I have my headphones on. Well, I have one of my headphones. I want to see if it's enough. What's up, Louie? Let's see if this will reach. Charger. I was trying to see if I can get a better visual. Guess I can move back a little bit. There you go. Oh, just got this stand right here. There you go. It's not too shabby. So what I'm doing right now is I got a lot of jig heads in this tub, and what I need to do is I need to filter them, or not filter them, but sand them down one by one. This is one of the process, or some of the steps that a lot of people don't see when we're making jig heads. See if I can clean this up a little bit here. But one of the steps in making jig heads, guys, is we have to clean every single jig head one by one. A lot of times I put some gloves on, sometimes when I remember, because I am handling lead, and I want to ensure that if I happen to put my hand on my mouth or something, or when I smoke a cigarette or anything like that, I'm not putting lead in my mouth. So let me lower this light a little bit here. Can you hear me or what, Louis? Let me know if you guys can hear me real quick. In case you can't, so I can change this up a little bit. Put that there. A little wider. Let's see. Yeah, this can definitely move a little bit more. This charger can't though. Let's see. We're at 95% anyways, so I'll take that charging cable off real quick. Just make sure that this doesn't fall off. All right, I think we're cooking. So one of the things that I gotta do with the jig heads when we're making them is we need to grab one at a time, and every time we shoot the jig head into the mold, you're gonna have an excess amount here where basically it comes through, which is like a nipple basically. And what you gotta do is you grab some pliers, wiggle it a little bit, and just enough so that it basically comes off. And for the most part, we can get away with just doing this, but sometimes the nipple will kind of go into the actual head of the jig head, and you gotta sand them down. So sometimes we get lucky and we don't gotta do any of that. I'm gonna sit down for this one here, guys. But meanwhile, I work on some jig heads. Who's got some questions, man? Let's have a little bit of a conversation here. Typically, I have Marcus on here, so he's usually pretty good at keeping everybody active on the chat. But I didn't want to bother him right now. I don't know what time it is or what that guy's doing, or Louis. So we're just gonna be making some jig heads. What do you guys hear about? What do you guys or what have you guys heard about the TikTok? I keep hearing people talk about TikTok getting banned or something like that. Has anybody heard anything about it? I'm curious. Not that I care. I don't really care for TikTok, but thought it was interesting to hear about it. As far as a big order, Louis, now, not right now. I do have a store that does want jig heads. They also want lures though, but I think I'm gonna start them off with lures. Right now I'm just making jig heads just to have them on hand. This one's no good. Just so I have them on I wanna put them on my website. That's the reason why I'm making some right now. And I also wanna have some already done in case I do end up getting an order. I think I shot about, I don't even know yet. I think I shot about maybe like 50 or 60 packs of jig heads right now. But it's primarily for my website, I think. I'm gonna post them on there. And since I don't have them on the website yet, and a lot of people want them. So, not necessarily for a store, but I have a feeling I am gonna have to be I have a feeling I'm gonna have to restock RGB bait masters pretty soon already though. I just freaking hate making jig heads. So I figured if I start doing some right now that I don't really have any store orders, it'll give me a head start. So I'll have some available in case I get an order. Some of the stores order small amounts, like they'll order like 30 packs or something like that. So for stores like that, I'll definitely have something ready for them. But whenever RGB Bait Masters orders, they always order about 80 packs to 100 packs. And I end up having to get slammed with that order. So I'd rather have some on deck, just in case. I gotta get my red pliers though. I really hate these pliers. Just trying to think if I have them in my waders. See, like for example, this one right here, you can kind of tell. See if I get out of frame. It's kind of uneven right there. So that one we gotta take the little sanding bar here. Give her a little sanding real quick, just so it's smooth. Doesn't take too long, but when you gotta do it over and over and over for a couple of them that are kind of messed up, it's definitely tedious. But for the most part, just removing the nipple, and the way that I'm doing it usually does a pretty good job at removing the excess nipple without worrying too much about the lead on there. But in a little bit here, I'm probably gonna look for my red pliers because I don't really like these here. These are kind of annoying. They don't open up all the way like they're supposed to, and they don't really grip the nipple here because they have like that weird design there. But I wanted to go live for a little bit on TikTok, on YouTube, just to see what you guys are doing. I'll probably be live for about 30 minutes or so, and then I'm gonna start painting these right here. I figured I'd go live just during the process of cleaning these jig heads, and then I'm gonna start painting them. Whenever I start painting them, I can't be live because I'm using the heat gun and stuff like that, so too much noise in the background. And what are you doing right now, Louis? Are you in Corpus or what? I need to go to that pier next time I go to Corpus, man. I never even heard of it. And I'll probably take my bait rods over there and do some fishing for some big uglies also when I get a chance. I'm probably gonna be back in that area probably like in 2 weeks. 2 or 3 weeks, hopefully. My fishing plans for the weekend. So on Friday, I'm going with, I'm gonna do some wade fishing with Mark Villarreal from LCD 956. We're gonna go out there on Friday, and then on Saturday morning, I'm gonna go out fishing with Captain George. We got hired for a charter, and I say we because if you hire Captain George for a charter and you want me to video, I charge $150, and I got hired for to shoot video. So the person who got the charter, they went ahead and booked me for that day. So I'm gonna be fishing out there Saturday morning on the boat and shooting video with whoever hired us. So that's what I'm gonna be doing on Saturday. Sunday, I don't know yet. I don't know what I'm gonna be doing Saturday just yet. Ow. Are you over there for work, Louis, or you just went out there to fish? I think I saw you were live. I think I saw you had your kids, no, or something like that. Or am I tripping? Who else is out there? Who else is out there? Louis can't be the only one in here, guys. Come on. What you guys got going on? Okay, so you went just to fish. Nice, bro. That's badass. I wish I could do that, but gotta work, man. Gotta work. John Sosa's asking if I got the drive fixed. I did, bro. It's fixed right now. I would say it's temporarily fixed, but it's pretty much fixed. I definitely need to buy new sprockets for that drive soon. I'm kind of debating on buying stainless steel sprockets for the Hobie drive. The original ones are plastic, and the teeth on the drive tend to break, from what I noticed from a lot of kayakers with Hobie drives. So I'm thinking about upgrading them to stainless steel sprockets, but you know, they're $200 for the sprockets, and a brand new spline is $360. So the sprockets are damn near the price of the spline. So it's kind of like, should I buy a new spline or should I buy sprockets that I'm never gonna have to switch ever again? So I might go with the sprockets, and I gotta find somebody to install them for me, because I heard they're a pain in the ass to install. There's some good spots out there on the kayak, bro. So many great spots in Corpus. The only thing is, right now with these winds, I don't know. I do know one spot you can hit with a kayak that you should have some good wind cover. You should do good as well, but for lures, maybe. I've been out there to this one place. No matter how windy it is, it's usually really good because it has a lot of wind cover. It's across the highway from Indian Point Pier. I think it's closed though. I think I saw the other day, I drove by there and it was closed. So scratch that. But Corpus definitely has a lot of places to fish, man. A lot of places to fish. You just gotta make sure that the winds are not too bad. Yeah, Fit Factory should be able to fix it, but I was in Corpus. I got it fixed over there with a buddy of mine, but I'm not gonna bother taking the drive to Fit Factory. It's already extended the warranty, and I think I'm just gonna get some stainless steel sprockets, bro, and go about it that way. There's local guys here that know how to do it, so I'll probably just hire somebody. If not, I'll YouTube it. But I did hear it's really hard, so definitely want to make sure that if I mess it up, I have a backup plan of somebody that can fix it. What's up, fish lover? Been good, man. Been good. Just working on some jigheads right now. Removing all the excess lead from all the jig heads, and then I'm gonna get them ready for paint. Did some fishing over the weekend. I don't know if you guys saw the video, and And then I do have 2 other videos that I haven't posted yet, only because one of them is going to be a short video. I'll probably work on it tonight. It's actually when I went to Corpus. I did a quick video at Indian Point Pier, actually. I'll probably post that one later on today or tomorrow. And then I had another outing at Arroyo, but the problem with that video is that my wireless mic died on me like freaking halfway through the video. So a lot of the good catches that I had and some of the big fights that I had, you know, there was no audio in the freaking video, bro. So I don't know whether I should post it or not and just kind of speak over it, or if I should just scratch the video and just throw it away. It's one of those things. I don't like putting out shitty quality for you guys. I like to make sure that all the quality is good. But when I lose audio like that, it's either I post it with some voiceovers or maybe some music, or I just trash it. But I had some crazy runs on some big old reds under a dock. Sure water, 860, shit. Yeah, the Hobie drive that I have is the V2, bro. It's the kick-up fins with the reverse, and it's worth like $1,500 brand new, $1,400, something like that. So the spline itself for my drive is like $360 plus all the other stuff. But yeah, these drives are not cheap by any means, man. I'm probably gonna go powered. I'm gonna go with a powered motor sometime soon. I think I'm gonna go with, I forget the brand, but it's one of those fast ones. One of my buddies has ones and he says he gets up to like 6-7 miles an hour. Either that or I just buy a freaking, like a 45-pound thrust Minn Kota or a Newport, and I just kind of rig it up in the back like most kayakers do on a budget. I think those trolling motors are like $180 or something like that, maybe $200. And then I just buy a really expensive battery for like $400 or $500, lithium battery, so that can last me the entire outing. I don't want to be running out of juice. I don't think it's the Bixby, bro. I think it's the Newport makes it. I can't remember it's like a NK80 or something like that. Something like that. I don't know what it's called. It's got like a weird number and letters to it. I'm not sure if Newport makes it. Hold on, guys. I gotta send a text message real quick. All right. When am I gonna go to Arroyo again? I kind of wanted to go tonight, bro, but the winds haven't really participated. I mean, I can still technically go. I'll be fine, but I don't know. I'm supposed to go out fishing Friday morning, so I don't think I'm gonna be out tomorrow night for sure. Because otherwise I'm not gonna have the energy to be out on the water. So I might not be hitting Arroyo this week, maybe until the following week. The winds have been kind of bad lately, and the bite's been good at Arroyo lately though. It turned up quite a bit, so definitely wouldn't mind going out there again. But right now with the winds the way they are, and the all the work I got to do with jig heads and things like that, I'm just trying to get this week over with, do some fishing on the weekend. Tomorrow I got to work. I'm hoping tomorrow I have a good day again like I did today, so I don't have to work Friday. And if not, I'll work Friday either way after I fish. And then Saturday fishing in the morning, and then Sunday I'll probably go fishing with my dad. This one's still kind of good, but I'm not. Usually the ones that are kind of messed up, I usually use them myself because they're still good, but they're not good for the consumer. So what I typically do is I'll save them in my little bin here, and then I'll use them whenever I'm running out. So that way they're not trashed. But I don't know when I'm gonna go to Arroyo. Probably next week, bro. Probably next week. I wonder how many jig heads I did today. I feel like it took me a little bit longer to shoot them because I was having issues with the, I don't know, it was weird the way I was shooting them today. Usually I shoot them, I think it was the gloves. The glove that I had was kind of big. So I was having trouble aligning the hooks fast like I usually do. Kayak Losico, what's up, Jesus? I don't know, man. It's 12 in the morning. He's probably asleep. I was gonna get him on the live, but some of us or some people have to work early morning. He's one of them. So I didn't want to keep him up late at night. I should have asked him, but maybe you guys can message him on Facebook right now and see if he's awake, and ask him if he wants to go live. I'll add him on here. I'll have to end the live though and then add him on here, I think. I'm not too sure. So like this one's kind of good, but it's kind of beat up. That's all right. But maybe you guys can message him, and if he's awake, I'll add him on here. If he wants to go live. Let's see here. Marcus is doing a giveaway, just in case you guys didn't know. If you go to his Facebook at Kayak Losico, he's doing a giveaway. I think it's a free wade fishing charter trip with Captain George. Once he hits 1,000 followers on Facebook, and I think he only needed like 10 followers earlier today. So you guys might want to go to his Facebook page if you're not already following him, and follow him at Kayak Losico. I'm not sure when he's doing the raffle, but it's gonna be that, and then he's gonna give out free lures, some of my jig heads that I'm gonna give him, a couple of things like that. So if you have Facebook, go to his page, Kayak Losico, and follow him. And if you're not following me on my page, go to Seth Fishing /YouTuber on Facebook. Follow me as well. I think I'm like at 1.3 subscribers. I'm trying to get to like 2,000, but I don't really push it as much as I should, I guess. All right, Louis, I'll see you later, brother. Have some good luck tomorrow. Catch some big ones for me. I'll be asleep. All right. Yeah, so this is a very tedious process, kind of annoying, but it's got to be done, guys. It's got to be done. I used to kind of just cut the excess lead off the head of the jig head, but then I noticed that when I would do that, sometimes it'll kind of cut into the head, and it would remove some of the roundness. So now I just kind of do them this way. I saw some YouTuber doing them like this one time, so I kind of just picked it up from him. He just kind of wiggles it side to side, and it comes right off. So, because I used to use like a wire cutter or something like that, kind of just cut it. I might even have it somewhere here, so I can show you what I'm talking about. I don't know where it's at. But I wear gloves because touching the pliers and pressing on them hurts after a while. So with the gloves on, it releases some of it. It gives me a little bit of cushion when I'm doing this. Crab VR, $399. Not sure what that is. Did you just donate $400 to me, bro? Is that what just happened? Tell me in the comments, because I don't know what that is, but if that's what you donated, bro, hell yeah, bro. I appreciate you. Let me I'll put you on my Facebook here in a second. But Crab VR, if you did donate $400, bro, I appreciate that. Hell yeah, bro. That's freaking awesome, bro. Let's go. I can definitely use that towards the new molds that I have coming in. So appreciate that, man. Reach out to me on Facebook, dog, if you did send me that. I don't know how YouTube works, but it kind of looks like that's what happened. And let me get you a care package at least on behalf of me and my sponsors. I'll get you some stuff from RGB Bait Masters and some of my stuff as well. Jig heads and lures and things like that. I don't like free money, bro, but I do appreciate that. Let me return the favor and give you some lures and jig heads and stuff like that and some scents. Reach me at Facebook and let me get in contact with you, bro. And I think there's a way on here, Fish Lover. I honestly rather you guys, if you guys are gonna send any kind of cash to the channel to help the channel out, I'd rather you send it to my Cash App, to be honest with you, not to YouTube. YouTube usually takes their cut. They take away 30%. So I would rather you send it to my Cash App. My Cash App is $WIT Group, WIT Group, GROUP. If you're gonna send anything like that, and I greatly appreciate it, and I appreciate it. I don't like asking for money, guys, but I do appreciate it if you want to send anything. I'm gonna put all that money towards the new molds that I have coming in. I have a new mold for the new lures coming in this weekend, but each mold is $1,000. I only ordered one, so I can definitely put those $400 towards that mold on the next mold. So I appreciate that, bro. That's crazy if you did send that. I think my sister sent money one time like that, and it went to my YouTube account. And then whenever YouTube paid me out, they ended up paying me her money, minus a 30% that they charge. So, hell yeah, bro, that's awesome. Yeah, but yeah, I'd rather you just send it through Cash App, guys, or anything like that if you want to send anything for the channel. Not through YouTube. It takes longer to get it, and then they also take a percentage, but I appreciate any kind of support. You can just go to my website, order some lures. That's plenty enough for me, bro. But I appreciate that. I don't even know how to respond to that. I don't sound excited, bro, for the $400, but I really am. I appreciate that. I do appreciate that. I'm not very good at sending or acting very, showing a lot of excitement. I'm very like, what do you call that word? I'm an introvert, believe it or not. So it's easy to talk to a camera, but when I'm out in public, I'm not usually the one that kind of goes out and talks to people. If they talk to me, I talk to them, but if I don't go out there looking for people to talk to. But appreciate you, man. Appreciate you from the bottom of my heart. I guarantee you I'm gonna put it towards some molds. Or I'm probably gonna put it towards my boat, actually. I still need to order an ignition switch for my boat, and I need to order the prop, and it should be ready to hit the water. That's all I need right now, guys, for the boat. An ignition switch. I already have the cables. I have them behind me in that box over there. All I need is the ignition switch and the prop. The prop's like $700, $800. The ignition switch like $140. And then once I have that on the boat, it should be ready to row. I do still need to get the gauges for it though. The gauges will be obviously so I can be able to keep track of the motor and things like that. But I can use it without the gauges, but you definitely want the gauges on there. But man, that's crazy, man. That is the biggest amount of money I've ever received from anybody other than my employer. So big shout out to you, man. Big shout out to you, brother. Thank you very much. I don't even think I've ever gotten Christmas. I don't usually get gifts from anybody, whether it's Christmas, whether it's Valentine's Day, whether it's whatever. I never get gifts from anybody. So I appreciate that. What else you guys got going on, man? Let's see here. But yeah, my hands are already starting to hurt from doing all these jig heads. But I'm almost done, I think. Almost done. Yeah, but do reach out to me, man. Like I said, I don't want to just take your money like that. Reach out to me on Facebook. Let me send you some lures, some jig heads, some oils from Captain George. Let me give you a care package, bro. I don't like handouts, but I appreciate you. My hand's hurting. Who's been fishing this weekend? Brader Weaver says he likes fishing. What do you need help with, brother? What do you need help with? Let us know. Let us know. Do you need some tips? What you need, man? What you need? If you watch my content, subscribe to my channel. I definitely give you guys a lot of tips. I do my best to try to help you guys catch more fish. But at the end of the day, I can only do so much. It's still up to you to get out there and, you know, put in the time and the energy. Fishing is one of those things, man, where you get better as you get more experience, and you definitely have to be out there. I don't do beach fishing much, to be honest with you, and I definitely don't do bass fishing. I do have a buddy of mine who was on here a little bit ago. He does bass fishing. Follow him on YouTube. It's 956 Louis 956 Fishing. Louis 956 Fishing. And he does bass fishing. He's a good bass fisherman. He has a lake behind his house, and he fishes there. He uses my lures, and he catches bass with them, believe it or not. As far as beach fishing, I don't do a lot of beach fishing. I would honestly recommend you to watch, I think it's called Beach Bomber. I think he follows me on YouTube as well and on Facebook. He's a really good beach fisherman. I typically do kayak fishing, boat fishing, wade fishing. Sometimes I go to the piers, things like that. But I'm not much of a what do you call it? A beach fisherman per se. And I know there was a gentleman that I had talked to a long time ago that said he was gonna hook me up with a what do you call it? With a shooting star to make lures. I forgot his name. Kind of wish he'd be on here so he can let me know what's the status on that, because I think he had said he had placed the order for it. So that'd be dope, man. That'd save me a lot of time. Nick Gurr says I look like Drake. Man, I doubt I look like Drake. Definitely don't look like Drake. I appreciate that. Make sure you follow me on my channel, man, if you like Drake. Maybe I'll sing you a song one day. Just kidding. I don't know how to rap. Okay, let's see here. I'm almost done, man. Yeah, bro. Like I said, I have plenty of tips. Just subscribe to my channel. I give a lot of tips in my videos, man. I can't really give you tips on how to kayak fish on the live. It's really hard. I'd rather you see it in the video, because I do give plenty of tips, bro, on kayaking in certain spots. I don't know where you're from, but you know, I do a lot of fishing in Port Mansfield, South Padre Island, these kind of areas. So if you're in these kind of areas, you can definitely check out my content. I also give spots out where you should go fishing as well, and how to fish those certain spots. So give it a look, man. Give it a look. I think I pretty much got all the hooks done. All right, so this is all the excess lead left. So basically what I do with this, I put it back in the melting pot. So let me do that here in a second. Hold on. Okay. Now that we got that out of the way, oof, that was the hardest part. The easiest part is just checking them real quick. Florida. I really, really love Florida. I wish one day I can go to Florida, live in Florida. I've been to Florida, been to Miami, been to the Everglades, been to Key West. I wish I could move over there, man, but I don't know if there's anything to do for me on a business standpoint to make a living over there. I wish there was, though, so I can move over there. I really love Florida. Florida fishing, Florida itself is a beautiful place. Beautiful, beautiful place. But I guess it depends on where you live. But I have buddies who live over there, so I'd love to move over there. All right, put that away. Now comes the fun part, and we gotta inspect each one of these jig heads here. Let me see if I can move this down a little bit so you guys can see better. So I gotta inspect these jig heads one by one, just to kind of give them a little sanding right here. Get them ready for paint. I'm just gonna do some of these guys. I'm not gonna do all of them because most of these are pretty good. They're ready to go, and then I'm gonna start painting them. So once I start painting them, I will get off the live because I do need to turn on the heat gun and things like that, and that usually takes a little bit longer. Best, what's up, South Texas kayaking boys? Right now we're making some jig heads. Fish Lover says, what's the best lures for trout in my opinion? It's kind of hard to answer you that, brother, because I do make lures. So it's kind of biased of me to answer that question because I'm going to say my lures, of course. However, it really varies though on where you're fishing and things like that. If the winds are low and you're in an area where it's maybe like a foot to 2 feet deep, I would say throw a topwater for sure, a peanut looking topwater. I would say use lures with a lot of color. Green, pink, white, anything that's vibrant. I went fishing, if you watch my latest video, and I killed it with my little mini Hulk. It's a green, like a lime green color, and freaking killed it with that lure. I caught reds, flounder, trout. All my buddies that were fishing that, they were using different brand lures. I won't say which ones, but they were using different brand lures, bigger profile baits, and all they caught was trout. So they definitely killed it for some trout, but I caught all fish. I caught three trouts, like 5 reds, keeper reds, and flounder. So I got a Texas slam, and so if I had to say which lure was more effective that day, I'd say my lures were, only because I caught more fish than they did in total, and I landed some nice redfish as well. I think one of the guys caught 1 redfish. That's all he caught on that lure that he was using, that brand. And I caught like a 2-man limit, but obviously I have to let go of some of them since I can only keep 3. And I appreciate you, Braden Weaver. South Texas kayaking boys. Yeah, man. I'm gonna be changing up the packaging soon, bro. I don't really like the gold bag packaging, so I already ordered a different kind of packaging, and then one of my buddies is gonna help me design the label that's gonna go on it, kind of like my Ceph lures, but it's gonna be for the jig head packaging, because it's really annoying making those packaging with a gold bag, man. I gotta be opening up every freaking bag individually when I get them. Then I gotta be cutting the back paper thingamajigger. So instead of doing all that, we're gonna go with a different kind of packaging, and it's gonna have a label on it versus that freaking paper that goes inside of it. So I can do them a lot faster. Fish, oh yeah, bro. It's late though. This is where you on the East Coast. What's up, freshly salted fishing? I am, I don't know if it's the East Coast. I think I'm more like on the South Coast. I don't know. I'm in Texas, man. I'm in South Texas over here by South Padre Island, in the valley. That's where I'm from. And if you're not following me on my channel, go ahead and give me a subscribe, man. All we catch on my channel is saltwater fish primarily, whether it's redfish, trout, flounder, snook, mangrove snapper. We even go offshore fishing for some red snapper, cobias, things like that, groupers. I do have an offshore video coming soon that we're gonna be working on, so that's gonna be dope. And then I have 2 videos that I'm gonna be working on. This Friday, I had to go do a wade fishing with one of the captains, Mark Villarreal, and then Saturday, I'm gonna be fishing with another captain, Captain George, at Sunset Charters. So look out for those videos sometime next week, maybe like on a Sunday or on a Monday. Should be 2 videos back to back being released. I'll probably release one day and release the other one 2 days after. I should be releasing another short video here soon. Once I start painting some of these jig heads, I may or may not work on a new video that I have pending. It's not a crazy video. It's just a quick little outing, maybe like a 1 hour outing in Corpus Christi when I went over there and did some pier fishing. I think I was probably at that pier for about an hour or so. Caught a couple of trout skis, and that's pretty much about it. And nothing crazy. But I might post that one. It's probably gonna be like a 15-minute video, 20-minute video, nothing crazy. But just so you guys can kind of see some of the action out there in Corpus Christi. I like to travel all over the place, man. I like to travel all over Texas to do some fishing. I don't know like the Galveston area or anything like that, but if I learned it or if I went fishing with another YouTuber in Galveston, I definitely would like to go out there and with a kayak. And then I should have my boat ready. I'm hoping in the next 3 weeks. It's about that time I get that puppy on the road, man. Or on the water, I should say. We're almost done here, guys. Whew. I'll check that. Thanks, Weaver, for subscribing, man. Would you ever go? Fish Lover says, would you ever go to take a subscriber with you, go fish, or give lures to them? I've gone fishing with subscribers, bro, if the subscriber has a kayak. So if you have a kayak, you're more than welcome to join, man, any given day that I'm gonna go out there. Once I get the boat back on the water, I will start taking random people that are following my channel out on my boat on a free trip. That I will be doing for sure, because I do plan on getting my captain's license soon. So I want to I want to start practicing and kind of getting my feet wet and kind of, you know, doing it on a consistent basis so I can make sure that I'm always putting the people on some fish. So that way when I do get my captain's license and I'm able to kind of, you know, do charters and things like that, I can kind of guarantee them some fish, man, because fishing can be difficult, man. I mean, it's easy when it's just me fishing, but when you're getting paid to take some people out, sometimes, bro, it's very, it's stressful, man. Especially when you're struggling to find the fish. When it's just you and some buddies, it's all good, you know. But whenever you have people that paid you a couple $100 to put them on some fish and you're struggling, man, it's one of those days that it just sucks. I've seen some of the captains struggle like that sometimes, and it's not fun, man. It's definitely not fun. So I want to get some practice out on the water by taking people for free, shooting some content, and kind of learning the pattern of these fish before I start charging people for charters. So yeah, man, I'm definitely done to do that. Freshly Salted says, best take bait for cheap or Carolina rays, low current situations, and jaw jackers. or high current. I've never heard of that, a jaw jacker. That's crazy. I need to look that up, bro. And I appreciate the feedback or the information. I don't typically fish for sheephead, but I do want to fish for sheephead sometime soon. I know that they're not necessarily a hard fish to catch. I just don't target them because I gotta go to the jetties for that. You know what I mean? Or somewhere where there's structure and pillars and things like that. So I don't really target sheephead. But I wouldn't mind doing that here sometime soon in the future. But I appreciate that. Jaw jackers. I've never heard of that. I need to look that up, bro. I need to look that up. Let's see what you got going on here. Who has your lures and jigs in Harlingen? I'd rather go to Bronzo. So hook, line, and sinker has my lures, bro, for sure. They don't have my jig heads yet, unfortunately. I should probably make them some, but hook, line, and sinker already has a lot of inventory, man, a lot of inventory. So getting my lures in there was a little tough for them because they hardly have any more space for anything else. But they do carry my lures, and I'm pretty certain in the future they will carry my jigs once they kind of figure out the layout of their store and what they can do to make some room. Because hook, line, and sinker, it's a great store, but it has a lot of stuff, man. It has so many items that I don't even know where they put my lures. I need to stop by there maybe tomorrow and see where they even set my lures up, because I haven't even seen where they put them or how they're even doing out there. Oh, somebody had asked. Oh, my bad, bro. I didn't know. I didn't see it. But yeah, man. Sheephead are definitely really good eating fish, though. So if you like fishing for sheephead, I'll do some content sometime in the future on how to catch sheephead. But they are delicious, and for good reason. They eat a lot of shrimp and crabs. So in North Carolina, we call them jaw jackers. That's cool, man. Okay, so jaw jackers, that's like an actual sheephead. Got you. I thought it was a rig. I was like, what? Never heard of that before. That's cool, man. Jaw jackers. That's a cool name, bro. Why don't we call them like that over here? Jaw jacker. I caught a jaw jacker. Everyone's gonna be like, what the fuck? I'm gonna do that one. I'm gonna try to remember that one day and say it in a video, and people are gonna be tripping out. What the hell is a jaw jacker? We just call them sheephead over here, brother. Or convicts, because they like to steal your baits and they have the stripes on them, like a convict does. Yeah, John Sosa, yeah, if the hook line go out there, man, they have quite a bit of lures. I think I dropped off 100 bags of lures with hook line. I didn't offer them the jig heads, again, only because I know that they have a lot of variety there already. I didn't want to like kind of just, offer them everything I got all at once. I wanted them to kind of test out my merchandise first, my lures, see how they did there at the store, because they're doing really well at all the other stores, but I wanted to make sure that they were going to do well there too. And then maybe down the line, if they want to carry my jig heads, they're more than welcome to, but all they got to do is ask, because I honestly hate making jig heads, to be honest with you. I'd rather make lures. I get more of a gratification when I make lures for some reason. And I think it's because of all this tedious process in making jig heads, everything I got to do, sanding them one by one, and then painting them one by one, all that good stuff, bro. It's just tedious, man. It's tedious. The barnacles for sheep. Yeah, man, I've seen that a lot too. When guys are kayaking or they're boat fishing, they'll I've seen that they look, my glove ripped. So much for that. I've seen that they kind of break the barnacles right there on the pillar. And basically what it does is supposed to attract sheephead, right before they start fishing there. Definitely seen that. Dude, I'm still kind of surprised or amazed that This gentleman sent me $400 right now while on the live. That is crazy, man. You got money like that? You got money like that. I appreciate that, man. That's awesome. It's not every day somebody just gives you $400. It's insane. Do I see her kayak in the back to use? Yeah, I have a Hobie. I don't know if you guys can see it there, but it's a Hobie Mirage Outback. That's my baby right there. That one has a pedal drive. For my fishing vessels, I have a Hobie Mirage Outback 2020, and then I also have a 22-foot shallow sport boat, a bay boat. So if you go through my videos, you'll see it on there as well. I haven't taken her out lately because my motor blew. So I had to waste a couple grand in buying another motor, and it already has it on. I just need to get the ignition switch on it and the prop and some gauges so I can keep up with the motor and make sure that if it heats up and things like that, it'll notify me. The last thing I want is for the motor to freaking heat up or have some kind of malfunction and I don't have a gauge that's gonna tell me what's wrong with it. So the prop's like $700-800. The gauges are about $700 for the digital one. The ignition switch is like another $100 and some. And keep in mind, I'm still paying this boat. I just got it like freaking 10 months ago. And it hasn't been used in the past probably like 6 months. So it's just been parked there. So I gotta get that boat back on the water. Get my captain's license and start putting that boat to use. It's a very expensive boat just to be at the shop as long as it's been. Fish lover, do I have my lures in Los Fresnos? Of course, brother. One of my main stores that carries my lures is in Los Fresnos. Come on, man. RGB Bait Masters, bro. It's on Highway 100. If you're heading towards the island from Los Fresnos, RGB Bait Masters. It's the only bait shop in Los Fresnos. They have live shrimp, lures, and things like that with Captain George. That guy's got freaking like more lures than anybody else does. He's like my priority store, one of my sponsors, and he probably has like 15 or 20 different color lures, and most other stores only have like 10. So check out RGB Bait Masters, man. They have all kinds of lures. They also have my jig heads. They're kind of running low though on lures. I gotta restock them now that I mention it. But yeah, man, I got my own lures. Or you can visit my website at savfishing.shop. Look, see, Matthew Pardo knows who Captain George is. Hell yeah, man. And Poise Fiber says the motor had warranty though, right? No, sir. Unfortunately, it didn't, brother. I didn't have the luxury of buying a brand new spanking boat. I bought a pre-owned boat, and it had a 2020 Evinrude G2 motor on it. And when I was offshore, it freaking blew up. I have the video on my YouTube page. And it doesn't have warranty because it is a pre-owned boat. They don't get warranty. You don't get warranty with them. Unless you buy warranty, which is like another $3 grand. Doesn't sound so bad now, does it? But the motor was obviously expensive. The labor is not so expensive. I'm getting a hookup with a buddy of mine, so he's only charging me like $600, bro, to do a whole motor swap. But the motor itself was the most expensive item. Thanks, brother, for the support. Brain introduced me to Seth Lures and Captain George store. Brain. Oh, Brian, I think you meant. Hell yeah, dude. My motor, I don't know how many hours it had, to be honest with you. I never checked. All I know is that motor, the Evinrude, it was discontinued. They don't make that motor anymore. And The reason it blew is because it has a digital gauge on it, like every boat does, or analog gauges. In my case, it was digital. But my girls' kids, they were jumping on my boat one day, and I guess they stepped on the screen of the gauge, and they cracked the screen. And I didn't know that, so when I went fishing one time and it started raining, the gauge got wet and it just burned out. And so I was driving the boat without that gauge for a long time. I didn't need it, but you know, whenever the engine heat up or anything like that, usually it notifies you through that gauge. You know, it gives you like an alarm. And unfortunately, since it was out, my engine was running at high RPMs when I went offshore. It was my fault. I was freaking booking it. I was probably going like 50 miles an hour offshore, and I shouldn't have. I should have been going like at around 20, 30 miles an hour. And I guess I was redlining the boat without realizing it for a good minute. And then the piston just shut out of the block and the freaking motor went in flames, man. That's what happened. And there was no alarm indicator or anything like that because the gauge was out, unfortunately. And that's what happened. Yeah, man. But I'm gonna get off of here, guys. I gotta get to work on these jig heads. These are my jig heads for those of you guys that don't know. These are my V-locks. Basically, they look simple until I start kind of coloring them and things like that. So, trying to see which is the prettiest one is. But they look like this. These are quarter-aught jig heads, and then obviously we put an eye on them, and we paint them, powder coat them, and then they're on a V-lock offset hook. That hook right there, that hook is money, bro, all day. So this is basically the jig heads. They don't look like much right now, but once they get done, they're gonna be on my website probably by maybe tomorrow or the day after. Otherwise, you can go to local stores. Local stores have them as well, and get you some there. Let's see on here. What's up, Matthew? Let's see here what you guys got going on before I get out. Shut off, like, yeah, for sure they shut off usually, but that time it didn't shut off. It just freaking blew. Where should I get catch trouts? Let me show you which one you should get to catch some trouts, bro. Since you're asking me that, hold on. I got a mess in here right now. I'm gonna show you some of the ones that I have done right now. I have so many freaking colors, man, that freaking just wreck trouts and reds. But this is one of them here. This is called the Joker. See if you guys can see it there. Saf lures, and you can always go to my website in case you can't find them or in case you don't want to drive to a store. I'll ship them directly to you. This is like a metallic purple with the chartreuse tail. Does really good for trout. This is the one that I slayed them on. This is the Mini Hulk. It's like a lime green color, and this is what I slayed the reds and the trouts with this past video. And then you got this one here. This is the Blazing Flamingo. It's like a pinkish red translucent with chartreuse tail and some blue flake. And then this is one of probably the best ones out there that Marcus likes. This is red and white. They say red and white makes them bite, and Marcus does really well with this color. So there's all kinds of colors you can use, bro. Most of my lures that I make are very good for trout. Reason for that being is because of the size, man. Trouts really dig this 3-inch body with a very slim body. And these lures work very well with my jig heads, which is the reason I make my jig heads. For those people that buy my lures, they have the perfect jig head that goes with my lures. But I do have a new lure coming out, guys. Stay tuned for that one. It's gonna be a longer lure, bigger body. You're gonna be able to use it with weedless hooks, all kinds of hooks, and they're gonna be crazy. Keep an eye out for those, man. Let me try to keep up. I don't make spring locks. I apologize for that. And I don't make them only because you can't put a weedless setup on these lures. They're too small. You'll ruin them. So on the bigger mode that I have coming on those you definitely can. So I recommend you check those out later. They will be out soon. Matthew says, I'm gonna go fishing in the morning at Puente de Lobos. Any tips? Check the tide. Make sure it's not low tide. If it is low tide, stay in the channel. You don't gotta go too far. Go to go about 200 yards into the channel, anchor yourself near the oyster beds and work right there where the oyster beds start, work that area. You can work the middle too, but I always try to anchor myself on one side of the oyster beds and I cast into the other side of the oyster beds and kind of just work the lure fast. That's what I'd recommend if it's low tide. If it's high tide, try to see if you can get all the way to the back lake, brother. That's the best thing I can tell you. Fish in the back lake for some reds and things like that. If you get to the back lake, use a 1/4 ounce jig head and do a slow retrieve all the way in on a paddle tail. You should do good. Thanks, Mr. Weaver. Yeah, the flamingo is crazy color, man. I'm sure it does great. It sells really fast, man. So I appreciate that. Yeah, it sells really, really fast. This color right here. It's a really nice color. And if you guys are new, make sure you subscribe to the channel, man. A lot of awesome content on here coming out soon. I've been liking those wading fishes videos with Captain Noe a lot. Hell yeah, man. Captain Noe is definitely a good captain as well, man. Wade fishing is a lot of fun, I'll be honest with you. The website, John Sosa, is www.safishing.shop. I don't have it on the packaging. I should put it on here. Oh, it is. It's like in very small little words, though. I don't even know if you guys can see it. Right there. I can't even see it. If you can't, if you forget, go to my videos. In the description of any of my videos, bro, I have the link to my website on there. It's safishing.shop. Yeah, no problem, fish. And Gamer Boy says hi a couple times. Triple X says I'm pretty. Appreciate that. Eli Walt Wilkins, ayo, what's up? James Loud is asking the new bait's paddle tail or rat tail. It's gonna be a paddle tail, bro. The first one is gonna be a paddle tail. The second one is probably gonna be a ballpoint tail, to be honest with you. But first I gotta get the paddle tails out because that mold is expensive. It's $3 grand just to get 3 molds. It's $1,000 per mold. So I gotta get that one going first. And then I'm gonna make a 4.5-inch ball tail, bro. So that one's gonna be awesome for wade fishing. So, but the first one will be paddle tails, but a bigger body, longer lure. Rat fan, what's up? Thanks, Matthew. What's up, Elijah? Let me know real quick. Let's see. You can take your time, answer questions, no problem, man. Elijah Wilkins says I'm a racist. Cool, man, appreciate you. Anyways, I'll see you guys, man. Check out my content, subscribe, all that good stuff. Stay tuned, more awesome content coming in the future. And yeah, I know, right? That was the reason why I was supposed to wear gloves to avoid getting lead on my freaking face, and I'm getting lead all over my face now. Thank you for that, Marco. PB trout is 29 inches, 9-pounder. It's on one of my videos. Jerk shads are good too, bro. But the ball tails are pretty good as well. But anyways, I don't want to get carried away and stay on here for a long time. I gotta start painting these guys and get to work. So I'll see you guys in the next one, and appreciate you guys. Thank you for watching, and thank you for the $400, brother. Appreciate you. See you guys in the next one.